Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Alyssa Nicole. If you are new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. So today I am going to do a video on something that is important to me. And that is, if you watch my other videos in the past, you know that I have sickle cell disease. So as you can see from the title of the video, I'm going to be going over items that I use to help me to get over my sickle cell pain crisis while I'm at home. So if you know somebody that lives with sickle cell, or if you have sickle cell yourself, then of course continue to watch. And even if you don't know anybody, or even if you don't have it, I still say watch because it's good, because you never know. You might meet somebody that has it and you just don't know. So before I get started, I am going to put on these glasses because I feel like I'm squinting for dear life looking at this camera. And it's so fitting today that I'm wearing my sickle cell awareness shirt. So I got this from my job. One of the other nurses, she made it and she did a donation to the hematology department for the sickle cell survivors. So it has these boxing mitts with the sickle cell gloves on them. Let me see if I can get a closer look for you guys. So it says sickle cell awareness. It has boxing mitts with the sickle shaped blood on there, which I will go over why that shape of the blood cells is important, because it goes with sickle cell. And then I'm gonna see if I can show you guys the back of my shirt. Move this to the front. Hopefully you guys can see it. But it has support squad on the back. So in true fashion, I got this in t-shirt form and hoodie because I get cold at work. I am that person, because sickle cell is also a form of anemia. So before I get into the not products, but the items that I use to help with my pain crisis when I'm at home, I definitely want to give a little bit of a background on sickle cell disease. So sickle cell disease is a blood disorder that causes your normal blood cells to take on a sickle shape. So normal red blood cells are circular form, whereas sickle cell are those banana shape or crescent moon shape. So the same that I showed you guys on this boxing mitt is what they look like in the body of a person that has sickle cell disease. So with that abnormal shape for the blood red cells, it does cause the blood that's flowing through your body to clot, because you want that circle shape to easily pass through veins and arteries, whereas the sickle shape doesn't pass through as easily. So with it not being able to pass through like that, it causes the blood to clot in that area, and it causes excruciating pain. So when you hear sickle cell disease, just think of chronic pain. So with that chronic pain, you can be down and out. Normally for me, I'll speak from my own experience with that pain, it normally starts like in the joint area. Normally I have that pain either in my lower back, or I have it in my arms, I can have it in my legs, normally around like my knee area, and sometimes I can have the pain in my chest. When it gets to the point where it's the pain in the chest, and I recommend this for everybody that has sickle cell, definitely go to the emergency room or urgent care or clinic or wherever your hematologist, who is a blood doctor, tells you to go to help with treating your pain. Everywhere else in the body, I normally can manage that at home with the items that I have. So with that little background, just keep that in mind, that sickle cell disease correlates with pain. And that pain can be caused by illness, it can be caused by stress, it can be caused by drastic change in the weather. I live in the DMV area, so the weather changes a lot. Like I can say, right, a few days ago, it was like the high of 20s and 30s. Now, today and the next couple days is going to be in the 50s and 60s. Mind you, it's the winter time. So, yeah, not really ideal weather for me, because it causes my pain crisis to come on, and it causes me to be down and out of work. So with that in mind, I'm going to show you the items that I use when I have pain that I can tolerate at home. Sorry in advance, you guys, if y'all see me alternate from having glasses on to having them off. I was noticing a little bit of a glare when I was recording, so that's why they're not on right now. But to start off with the items, I'm not going to do them in any particular order. I'm just showing you what I use at home. So for the first items I will show you that I help with my pain, of course, is pain medicine. So I sometimes alternate the Advil, or you can use Motrin. They're basically the same. Anything ibuprofen I can use for pain. And Tylenol I also help with pain as well. For me, they both pretty much work the same for me, but definitely anything with ibuprofen definitely helps a lot more, because with the pain it causes like a little bit of inflammation with me, and since ibuprofen is an anti-inflammatory and Tylenol is not, I prefer to use that. Now of course, when I was pregnant with my daughter, I could not take Advil at all, so you can imagine the pain I was in with my pain crisis. So I could only take Tylenol at that time, but even then I didn't want to take too much of it, because taking too much Tylenol can cause issues with your liver over time if you take too high of a dose. So pain medicine definitely helps with combating that pain at home, so I don't have to go into the hospital. And my hematologist gives me prescribed pain medication that is stronger, that I take for the pain as well, which I just ask them to fill that in my pharmacy, and I make sure to have it on hand at home whenever I have a really bad pain crisis. But whenever I start with the pain, I either start with Advil or Tylenol, see if that can help get the pain to go away a little bit. If it gets too strong, even when I already took Advil or Tylenol, then I would take the stronger pain medicine. The only issue with the strong pain medicine is it does make me nauseous. So my doctor also has prescribed me anti-nausea medication as well, so like Zofran or Reglan. So I would use that whenever I have to take the narcotic. So if you have sickle cell and you have to take narcotics at home to help with the pain for the stronger pain medicine, it makes you nauseous, definitely ask your doctor if they can prescribe you an anti-nausea medication, or if there's any that you can take over the counter. The second item I'm going to get into, which the next few items all are similar in some way, but yet different. So just keep that in mind. So with me, with sickle cell being also a form of anemia, that means I'm always cold. I am freezing. I hate the cold. I am not a winter person at all. And it just is right that I was born in the spring/summer. So I don't think me and winter, we just don't mix at all. But also with helping with my pain, heat helps me a lot with my pain. So the first item I have is a heating pad. This was gifted to me from my coworker, but you can get heating pads on Amazon. You can get them at Walmart, Target, Bed Bath & Beyond. Wherever you can get a heating pad from, you can get any heating pad. This one, of course, has a little remote on there. This is just the cord wrapped around it. I'm just gonna unwrap that. And it has like this little dial right here. This is the name of the brand here at the bottom if you guys want to get this exact heating pad. And this is how long this heating pad is. So if I was to stand up, it will cover like that, which I've had smaller heating pads, but this one has definitely been helping because it's a little bit longer. Some of them can be a little bit smaller, maybe this size, or even like smaller, like half of this. But I like these long ones because cover as much as my body as possible, especially because with that pain, my pain can go from one area to another area. It can start in my back, but then it can go to my legs. Or it can start in my legs and then go to my arms. It's a lot. When it gets to that bad, that's when I go to the hospital, no questions asked, because this heating pad can only cover but so much. But when it's in one area, this is my go-to. And with the controllers, it has a warm setting, low setting, medium, and high. So I just hit this button to adjust where it goes up. Of course, you have to use a wall outlet to plug it in. And they do have I believe they do have portable heating pads. I have not personally tried any myself, only because they're not as big. Like most of them, that they're more so geared towards anybody that has, especially for women, like menstrual pain. So it's like those belt ones that vibrate, but they also heat up. Those are handy and they're nice, but they're not big enough for me. So if I'm having pain like all over my back, that's not going to do anything for me. But heating pad definitely is a go-to. All right, the next item that I use at home, also in the same category as heating, but a lot bigger. This is also a gift as well, but same thing, you can get it from any stores like Amazon, eBay, Target, Walmart, Bed Bath & Beyond, any of those stores. Even Costco, BJ's, you can get it from any of those. But the next item is a heated blanket. So this gift I got from my mother-in-law, which thank you so much. I got this for Christmas, but I also had another one I got from Amazon that was red and gray. I believe I have that somewhere here, but this one was a lot more fuzzy, so I definitely have favoritism on this one. So it has this green and then it has fuzziness on the white, so it feels like a regular throw blanket. And then you see this is the little outlet air plug area right here that can come apart. Ooh, if I can. Comes apart so I can wash the whole blanket in the wash without the cord. So I think that's pretty handy because I think my other blanket didn't come apart like that for me to wash it, which is probably why I don't use it, because I don't know, I like to wash blankets. I don't need to go a long time without washing a blanket. And here is the remote for that right here. So it's the same as the heating pad. It has like the different levels for heating it up, and you just work it with this button here at the bottom. And it's the same thing. You plug into a wall outlet so that it starts heating up. Honestly, for this, since I've gotten it, I've only really gone up to maybe the 2 or the 3 function. I've never gotten up so high to the 5, because the 2 and 3 gets hot enough for me. And anybody else with sickle cell, you can chime in. Whenever you're taking pain medicine, or just anybody that takes pain medicine at all, especially the stronger pain medicine, it sort of, like, of course it gives the drowsy effect, but it also heats up my body in a way that, I don't know, I can't have myself covered in heat, because then I'll feel like I'm sweating. And I am that person that will stick my foot out of blankets and think that will cool down my whole body, which in my defense, it does. But with a heated blanket, it does nothing. So keep that in mind. But yes, a heated blanket is definitely a must for those sicklers at home that are trying to help with their pain. All right, keep in the same groove. The next item on my list, again, is heated, because me and pain and heat, we just go together. So the next one, which a lot of people don't know about that they sell, but I definitely recommend getting it, especially during the winter months when you're having this pain crisis, is a heated jacket. So this is the heated jacket that I have. This is on Amazon. I got this from my younger sister from Christmases years ago, but I put this on my Christmas list, so I know exactly where she got it from. But this is by the brand Aurora. This is not sponsored at all. You can get any heated jacket. They have a bunch of different brands on Amazon that are the same heated jacket. I also got my husband, who does not have sickle cell at all, a heated jacket as well, and he loves it just for winter in general. But yes, for being in pain, this has definitely helped me when I have to travel and leave the house in pain and head to the hospital. There's this little button right here that you can turn on to work it. And how it works is in this pocket right here that I already unzipped, there is a battery pack in it. So that you can just hook right in there, and that works it, and it just stays in that little pocket. Now, forewarning, you will always think something is in your pocket because you have to remind yourself the battery pack is there. So I'm always double checking my pockets to be like, is that my phone or is that the battery pack? But yes, the battery pack, it's pretty hefty. And the best thing about the battery pack is that you can always take it off if you're not using it for your jacket. And there's little USB ports right on the side. So if you want to charge your phone or any device, all you need is that little USB port. They also have the USB-C, I believe that's what this little port at the bottom is called. They also have that as well for charging your phone. So that comes in handy. And then it also tells me, let me see if this is charged. Oh yeah, fully charged. So it shows the lights for how charged it is, which I have to always remind myself to charge this because the battery does last a while. But after a few years, you probably have to get a new battery pack because at least for this brand, I had to, which is not hard to get. I just went on Amazon and got it. But to work the jacket, you have it on and you just hit this button and hold it and it shows that light right there. So that is the hottest setting, the red. This is, I believe, the middle heat, and then this is the lowest. And then to turn it off, I just hold it until it goes to black. But what it does is, for this jacket, it warms up the back area, and it also has heated areas in the front. So I would say it does not have the heat function on the lower part of the jacket, like your lower back, and that is where I get the most pain. But when you have the jacket zipped up and it's turned on, it just feels like the whole jacket is heating up. So that's like a hit or miss, but I definitely recommend this. I already told like some of my patients, because I also work with patients who have sickle cell as well, about getting a heated jacket because a lot of them never heard of this. So I told them, go on Amazon or go, I believe the only place I know of is Amazon that sells heated jackets. But there might be other places. They can look on Google to see where to get a heated jacket, which one they like the most, because there's so many that might have like the heats in the arm. I believe I saw one in the hood, but I feel like I wouldn't need that one. And they also have heated vest for people that don't want a full jacket. So yeah, that is my other item that is also a heated element that I use for combating the pain when I have the pain. So I know I told y'all I have a lot of things that are heat elements. I swear this is the last one. I believe it is the last one. We're just gonna say it's the last one. But this is the next item I use to help. This mostly helps when I have my pain crisis in my legs, and this makes it hard for me to get up and walk around. So this next item is air compression leg massagers with heat. So even if you don't have pain and you just want to get leg massagers that have a heat element, I definitely recommend this one, or just any kind. It doesn't have to be this brand. But it has a hole, so it has like leg sleeves, and it has like a little remote. This was also another gift because, you know, it's great to have a support system when you have sickle cell and people that look out with helping you out so you stay out of the hospital and they want you to just get better. So again, thank you to my sister who got this for me, my younger sister. Hey, Camille. So these are the leg massagers. So what they do, I wrap my whole leg in these. Sometimes, majority of the time I use both, but if I just have pain in one leg, I'll just use the one, or I'll just use the heating pad if I don't want to go through the whole hassle of putting these on, because they might look easy to just slide on. No, it's a lot. It's a lot of Velcroing, and then you got to make sure you hook up the remote the right way, and then once you're doing all that, it's heaven. So what it does is it has that remote, which it gives that massaging factor, and then it also heats up as well. And there, I believe there's 3 heat settings. Sorry about that, y'all. My camera randomly shut off on me, but I'm going to hopefully remember where I left off at, where it cut off. But I was still talking about the leg massagers that come with heat. They have, this massager has 3 heat intensities, 3 intensities for the massages, and 3 modes. So I read that all wrong. But basically it has 3 heat settings and 3 intensities for the massages. And you can change how you want the massages in 3 different modes, if that makes sense to any of you guys. So it helps with relieving leg soreness, fatigue, and muscle pain. So whenever I have any pain in my leg, this definitely helps out a lot because it's massaging and heating at the same time. So definitely, this has become a staple whenever I'm having the pain crisis in my legs. So definitely recommend getting that if you don't already have that. Another item I'm going to talk about, Another item that I'm going to talk about is not really something that you have to be so particular about that you have to get what I need to get, but it definitely helps with combating that pain and also keeping you out of the hospital. And if you have sickle cell, you already know what I'm about to say, and that is staying hydrated. So have a water bottle. I have all different types and I still want more. So the main thing that I was told ever since I was younger is to always stay hydrated, drink water. And I have to have different bottles because me personally, I get bored very easily. If I just have one bottle, it just doesn't work. And I feel like as a female trait, you just need a bunch of bottles. Does it have to be the same brand? No. I don't need the same brand in a bunch of different colors. But if you like a certain brand and you want different colors, no judgment. You can do that. But for me, I just have different types of bottles. So I have one that has my college that I went to on it. That is a Tervis cup. I also have this one that was a gift from my coworker. So it has infusion nurse, picture of me. It also has Sickle Cell Warrior on the side. I really cherish this gift. And my favorite color is pink. That is one of my favorite colors. So I definitely like that cup. And it's like one of those little straw cups. So it came with a metal straw. And I also have this circle water bottle. So these are for mostly if you get sick of drinking water. You can put like a little flavor pod at the top. I don't have that attached right now, but you can put that at the top in this little section right here. And whenever you drink water, it will taste like whatever flavor it is at the top. So if you don't want to drink just regular water and you get tired and bored with drinking water 24/7, this brings that little flavor element into it. So I have to have different bottles that all have the same purpose, but it's just different style. And these are not even all my bottles. These are just examples of some of the bottles that I have. If you ask my husband, he would tell me to buy no more bottles, but I'm grown, I do what I want. But that is definitely another key of help managing my pain at home is to stay hydrated and drink plenty of water. So if I get sick of drinking water, I have this special circle water bottle that I put the flavor pod in, or sometimes I get like either Gatorade or Powerade, something to help hydrate me more. I've heard of liquid IV. I don't think I ever tried it before, but I have heard people that have tried it said that they like using that as well to help get that extra hydration. I don't think it was liquid IV that I tried, but it was another type of form like that where it's like a little pouch that has powder in it and their flavor. Something about the pouches with the flavors, I don't know. It gives water to me like a gritty taste, but it could just be I don't have enough water to dissolve all of it, or I don't know. Maybe I'm just sensitive when it comes to that stuff. I couldn't get into it. So that's why I haven't tried it yet. But I definitely recommend that if you need help with extra hydration. Alright, so I know I showed a lot of items. This one is not really an item, but this is the last one I'm going to talk about. When I have a pain crisis, of course, everybody with sickle cell is different. For me, when I'm having pain, I like to be distracted. So it's either I have my support person with me, somebody at home just to distract me from the pain. I don't have to move or anything. They're just here talking about their life or just talking about anything else that's going on. Something to get my mind off of the pain I'm experiencing. So the pain medicine that I'm taking in or the heating elements that I'm using or the water I'm drinking kicks in and takes its effect. So I'm not focusing on is the pain going away or is it still here? Do I need to go to the hospital now? Should I hold off? This is just me. So this last item or last tip that I would say to use to help with the pain crisis is getting something to distract you. So sometimes I use music. One of my best friends got me into lo-fi music. So whenever I'm having a pain crisis, that type of music where it's just like you hear it on all the time on YouTube videos, you probably heard on my other videos as well, or even in the background of this video. There is like instrumentals in the background, no words, nothing to think too hard of. If you want to listen to music with words, that's perfectly fine. For me, when at least I'm having pain, I prefer to just listen to like lo-fi music or instrumentals or like even smooth jazz. There's something to calm my nerves, because I know when I get really anxious when I'm having pain, it makes the pain worse. So I need something to distract me from that anxiety of, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go to the hospital. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be in there for days. I don't have time to be in there for days. I don't even wanna be there. I just need that distraction so that everything can take in and I can make a concise decision on, can I manage this at home or do I need to go to the hospital? So I personally use Spotify. If you use Apple Music, that's perfectly fine. I just personally use Spotify. And I have my different playlists. So the one I normally would go to when I'm having pain is this one. So Lo-Fi Girl. She also has like, this is the Spotify channel, but they also have YouTube, which I first got introduced to her via YouTube. It's always live. And I believe on Apple Music as well. I don't know if she's on Pandora. I don't think so. But she might be on other streaming platforms. But any lo-fi music or lo-fi radio, I go to this one to do that playlist. Or I have other ones, still lo-fi, but it says like lo-fi fruits. And what I do on Spotify, I just look up lo-fi and it shows me all the playlists that has like all the songs, no words whatsoever. Sometimes they might do a sample to the song I already know, or it just might be like nice melodies and stuff to just calm me down. And of course, listening to just jazz music, that works as well. Sorry if you guys hear a lot of cars and traffic in the background. I live near a busy area, so it's getting close to 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so a lot more people are coming out. But yes, definitely distraction with music. I also have gaming devices. Me and my husband have a PS4, a Nintendo Switch, an Xbox. Mostly if I'm in the hospital or even if I'm at home, I would just have the heating pad on, make sure I take pain medicine. If I'm not drowsy yet, I would play a video game, and it would be mostly like those calm role-playing games like Animal Crossing, Dreamlight Valley, Spiritfarer, like games like that I would play at least on the Switch. So I would definitely recommend that for distraction as well. And also, if you are a podcast person, you can listen to podcasts as well. That brings in that element of you don't mind anybody talking during this pain crisis. You just have something where you don't have to like really talk back. You just listen. So of course I listen to podcasts via the Apple Podcast, but of course they have podcasts on Spotify and anywhere else that you listen to podcasts. That is about it for today, but I do want to put in a little shameless plug. So to get more information on sickle cell disease and sickle cell anemia, I did do an interview on a podcast called The Melanin Initiative. I will link that YouTube video below, but you can also listen to the podcast on any platform that you listen to podcasts on. Even if you want to listen to that particular interview, or if you want to listen to other interviews that they do, because they do a lot of episodes. I believe they're on season 2 already of their podcast. So they have different things that they talk about. So I definitely recommend listening to that interview, of course, but also listening to the podcast in general, because it's a very informative podcast and it talks about everything with healthcare, especially for the Black experience. So definitely give that podcast a listen, other than just listening to just my interview, but definitely listen to the interview. But yes, that's how you'll get more information, where I talk more on sickle cell disease. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. My camera looks like it's already overheating, so I'm gonna hurry up and end this. Hopefully, if you have sickle cell, you'll get some of these products that I talked about. If there's products that you use at home to help with your pain crisis, definitely leave them in the comment below, because I'm always all for finding ways to manage my pain at home than going into the hospital. But definitely, if it gets too bad, go into that hospital. Don't try to fight it, especially if you have that pain in your chest, because we don't need acute chest syndrome out here. That's a whole nother video if you want me to get into what that is. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Definitely comment down below. And I hope you guys have a good day.